Death da, I'll be knacking. Welcome to podcast number 53. So before I start going into this week's podcast, the first thing I want to do is just to say a big thank you to everyone who donated when I run the London Marathon this April. As some of you might have seen, I ran for Fleet, which is the charity here in Cornwall, which is raising money for equipment for the emergency services. It started with the ambulance, but I think it's gone further afield now, Coast Guard, things like that, putting defibrillators on police cars and all things. So it's a fantastic charity. And I say this year I run the London Marathon. It is the fifth London Marathon I've done. Well, I did 4 proper ones, and then I had to do a virtual one in lockdown. And each year we've raised money for Fleet. And I just want to say a big thank you to everyone who's donated. This year, including the little bit of the gift aid that some people gave, the total was £4,005, which is fantastic. So a big thank you to everybody. Really appreciate it. And as far as this week's podcast goes, I've struggled a bit to get it sorted this week. We haven't been overly busy with funerals, really. But I don't know, just haven't been able to get it sorted. And also, I've kept the running up this year, which is something I never do after the marathon. Usually once I've finished, I'm that fed up with it, I just get right on the push bike. But weirdly, I don't know why, but this year I've actually kept up the running. And of course, the time I get home from work, get ourselves sorted, me and Beth, we usually go out running, about 8 o'clock with the dogs, go in the woods. There's some lovely old, real established woods, the trees, hundreds of years old, fantastic trees. And of course, some of them, you're going through them and 'tis a bit darker when 'tis getting a bit dimity. I wouldn't say 'tis eerie. It's a funny thing. You never feel you're alone. I don't know. It always reminds me, I don't know if I've said this before on a podcast. I don't think I have. But there's a funeral poem we have that's, "'Tis only we who grieve." And it says there, they do not leave. They are not gone. They look upon us still. They walk upon the valleys now, and they stride upon the hill. And I tell you what, when you're going through the woods, you ain't scared, but you get the feeling you ain't alone, So I'll be heading out directly once I've finished this. But when it gets nearer to the Bath Half, I'll just talk about it again. And I'll be I've got a t-shirt and a running vest. There's a new club formed, a few months ago now in town here, Wadebridge Running Club. It's funny, we've never had a running club in town. And they meet on Wednesdays at 6:30. Well, of course, I never get finished in time for that. But I said I got their, running vest and t-shirt. So I said I'll wear that on the Bath Half. But I'll talk about that another time. And then also next year, I don't know if you did see, but I did manage to get a ballot place for the London Marathon again next year, which is the first time ever I've got a ballot place. And I thought, seeing I've done 5 years for Fleet now, I thought perhaps next year I might do it for Alzheimer's, just, in memory of Father again. We did cycle to Paris a few years ago for Alzheimer's, and we haven't really done much since. I think we did climb Snowdon. But so that's what I'll be doing next year. But again, I'll talk about that nearer the time. The main headache we've had for funerals lately is traffic. Obviously, we've had the summer holiday traffic, but also roadworks. And I think I mentioned before that the road going under Bodmin Hospital was shut. So you can go into Glyn Valley from Wadebridge, and it's so random. Sometimes you can get right up to Asylum Clock, no problem at all. Other times you can queue back towards Burr Arms. And also last Friday, we did actually have a family funeral of ours down Penn Mount. And of course, you got the roadworks down there, and you get to about Summer Court, and 'tis then single file going up to Carlin Cross, and you're queuing for ages. So you got to allow for all of this, and you got to get your timing spot on. So it is a bit frustrating. And as I said, we did have a family funeral last week, and it's a sad occasion. And on the other hand, it's nice to meet up with family that you haven't seen for ages. And, I saw a few cousins last week that I haven't seen for years. And as the generations, go down each generation, you kind of drift apart. But that was the nice side of it, just to catch up with all these cousins that I hadn't seen for a long time. But anyway, I think what we'll do now, we'll get on to the first part of me interview with Ellis Baker. I spent a lot of the locals who know Ellis, lived along Egglesdale Road for, most of his life. And I had a lovely chat with him the other day. And I'll spread this over the next 2 or 3 weeks. And then I'll come back, I'll round off a bit directly as well. But before I start, you may just have to turn it up a bit then, because I don't know how it's going to compare with how I'm talking now, but I know that Ellis's voice is a lot quieter than mine. Mine's a bit like Padstow Foghorn. I don't know if any of you can remember it, but I can remember winters when I was a kid. Sometimes you could hear the Padstow Foghorn, the sound coming up the camel. And so where I'm loud like that, Ellis's voice is nice and a little bit quieter, so you may just have to adjust your volume a little bit. And but I'm sure you'll enjoy it. He talks about his early years in Wadebridge and his early working life and that. And I'll round it off directly. So here we go. First part of the interview with Ellis. Speak to you soon. Get on, Ellis. How we knacking?
Proper.
Foodie. Thank you for joining me today. I obviously thought you was Egglesdale boy through and through, but like me, you migrated across the river. And I think, was you born Palmola Road?
Yes. Woodside.
Yeah.
Where the Deacon family lived. And that's where I was born, to George and Ellis Baker. They come from moved up here from Truro.
Oh, right.
Father was he worked in the ironmonger shop, Truro. And come up here. It's funny, really, because mother was born at St. Ted. My father was born in Lansing, so who the hell they got tangled up with Truro?
Yeah.
I should never know.
And that's overlooking what was it, the cattle market? Car park?
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Woodside, you said?
Woodside. Two brothers, Douglas and Leslie.
Yeah.
Doug was the oldest of all of us. And Pamela, sister, Les, and then me.
Yeah.
I was the baby of the family. They was all born in Truro. And of course, when the war was on, the Americans was based up where the secondary school is now. They had a lot of buildings up there.
I see.
And they used to come down in the car park, called Market Car Park. Pam and they'd take us all out on the motorbikes and sidecar.
Would they really?
Yeah.
God.
Chewing gum, chocolate. And of course, next door to where Woodside was, it was, because it's gone now.
Yeah.
Was where J. Shoe's store is.
Yeah.
Was Ernest Derry.
Oh, yeah.
The plumber. And Gordon Derry, the builder, next door to it.
Were they two Derrys related then?
I don't know. I don't think they were.
No.
Yeah, and then the gas, a great gasometer.
Yeah.
Got there.
Because I remember the little terrace opposite that we always knew as Gaswork Terrace.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
Riversdale.
That's right.
I think a lot of the Sinton family.
Oh, yes.
Lived in there.
Yeah.
Tony lived over bottom of Convena, Tony Sims. Of course, that was changing things. When the fair came to town in Rowland,
yeah,
they come in there. They would be in the park in there.
Yeah, I remember.
Parked up.
Yeah.
And they had Wall of Death and the Roller of Death.
Did they really? Yeah.
I can remember all this sort of thing because when I was a kid and a teenager, and they used to have boxing bouts that. If you lasted so long with one of their boxers,
get away.
Get a fiver, or no, it wasn't a fiver back then. It was
a quid. A
quid. And Tone Sims, I remember he in there fighting. Had a lance 3 rounds. Then where the houses are now,
yeah,
where O'Mill used to be, was O'T and Martin.
All right.
part of Odeon Martin. And there used to be a big bungalow, a big house in there, dark. And that brought you up to Odeon and Martin.
Right.
Steelworks. Across the road from that where Tipson had stepping stones now. Mitchell's used to live in. People call Mitchell. Ruby Mitchell.
Right.
And her family, mother and father. Pasty. She used to make pasties.
All right.
Taste it now.
Yeah.
And then where the little tea shop is,
Yeah.
that was our little shop in there and bakery. And here we are, it's up to the bridge on Moor.
That's all Palmola Road, yeah. So, how old was he when he moved to Eglisale Road then?
4.
4, all right.
I remember walking up the path, rummaging around in there. Found a tin soldier on a motorbike, clockwork one. I don't know what happened to him, but brothers, they took umbrage at me having this toy, and I think they might have pinched it.
Oh, no. Oh.
Rotten boomers. Yes, yeah.
What number Eglisale was that then?
91.
That was 91.
91. And then next door was Jessie Menennett, dear old little soul, like Mother O'Reilly.
Right.
They used to sell paraffin. And I was telling somebody yesterday, coming down the road, when the circus come to town, it used to be a football field.
Right.
And for some reason, I don't know why, they paraded from church down, and an elephant come across the road down here.
Right.
And Miss Burt gave him a bun.
Oh, get away.
Yeah. And when that old thing come back, when that elephant come back a few years later, he crossed the road again.
Did it really?
He got bun, yeah.
Remember that?
Remember that. But I mean, the playing fields back then was a bit different than it is now.
Yeah. I can remember years ago going into a cottage down the bottom of West Hill, and they were talking then about they had on their deeds, they had permission to keep elephants in the back garden.
Did they?
Yeah, and this was due to the circus travelling around the West Country.
Yeah.
And if it was winter time, bad weather, they was allowed to keep these elephants in the back garden.
See, I think there is, or there used to be, I don't know how true to us, but from where Mike Bragg lived,
Yeah.
which is 2 doors down from where I lived, to the end of the park, Cliffsend Hill, in the deeds of properties then, they had the right to graze sheep
Oh, did they?
in the playing field.
So 91, because I know Wynne was talking the other day about the shop. Was that one half of 91? Or was that next door, the shop that your father...
That was all in the house.
That was all in the same house, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, if you went in the front door, you had the shop on the right and a lane on the left-hand side.
So,
Quite a big house, really.
yeah. What did she sell in the shop?
Oh, haberdashery, everything.
Oh, yeah.
The story was that, and somebody used to say the song was, if you can't get it here, you won't get it anywhere. But Uncle Harry, that he lived with us for quite a while after, I think. He was a mason for Tommy Davey.
Schooling, I know I did hear you was a bit of a heller at school.
Well, so I've heard. It took nearly 80 years to find that out, actually. Yeah, I'd like to see the lady. And no, I was a fair heller.
I'll set up a meeting.
Yes, I think you better way. I can remember father and mother knew these people down Paulshead because she was saying how she lived down Paulshead.
Yeah.
And I think where we went to see these people was Craig Vaughar.
All right.
And he was manager or something, the chap that father knew.
Yeah.
Was the manager in Atlantic.
Oh, right. Yeah,
Atlantic,
yeah, that's right.
And we used to go down there every evening. And she was next door to there.
So schooling, did you do like I do? Girls' school, boys' school?
Yeah. One boy, Teddy Dakin, I remember Ted Dakin.
Right.
Because up to a few years ago, he used to phone out. He went down Falmouth to live. He used to phone Mike Alkin and say, ask how everybody was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Norman Derry.
Yeah.
We was buddied up, infants.
Oh, was it? Yeah.
Can't remember a lot about that, infant school.
No.
Remember boys' school more.
Yeah.
Because being keen on sport, I always used to try and work it in the spring, oiling the cricket bats and
Oh, yeah.
all that. Get out of my lesson then, say.
Yeah.
And had inter-school sports down here in the playing fields.
All right.
Different schools around the area. And there was a football pitch, full-size football pitch down there that we used to play on. The school team.
Right. Yeah. What, down playing fields?
Down playing fields.
Oh,
yeah.
was there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cricket pitch was there, but not what it is now.
No.
I mean,
it is top notch.
Big thing, almost to this me now. And get over there. And Mother shouted for he went, it was dark, and we went in, and that was it.
Yeah.
Spent hours or tennis. Spent most of the summer holidays playing tennis.
Yeah. Tis a lovely place to live as a child, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right next to the playing fields.
Here now.
Yeah.
But that back then, we got Bob Daly.
Yeah.
And Mr. Dannon.
All right.
Stan Dannon. That was the only ones that used to do the gardeners over there.
Yeah. Because they used to have Avery, didn't they?
Yeah, that's right.
And they played.
Turn over the slope.
And then further along at the putting green.
The old putting green, yeah.
So where did you go after boys' school then?
Lewis Brown.
So you left school at what, 14, 15?
15 on the 15th Easter. I went on an extra half a term.
Ah, right.
No more knowledge was gleaned. but I went up to Lewis Brown's then.
That was top of West Hill?
Top of West Hill, up to Forest. Big firm.
Yeah, yeah.
Big firm they were. Brothers. My father started it. Father he wouldn't have alive when I went there, but Annie Brown, right. Peter Brown and Claude Brown's mother.
Yeah.
She ran the firm, or they ran the firm, Peter and Claude.
Yeah.
And the offices was upstairs.
All right.
And the workshop's downstairs. I should have studied more, and in the joinery section, I just stayed with the chippy section. I used to sing a lot.
All right.
Because if I sung a lot, Peter Brown would hear it above, in the rooms above, see?
Oh, I see.
And I get sent out on site then. And then cricket, dinner time, with Ernest Derry's plumbers and electricians.
Yeah.
Cricket and football. So the more I sang, the longer I was kept away from the workshops.
So you've never been a good singer then?
No, I've never been a good bloody chippy on it. And old Dickie Yenwood, he used to have to go to the toilet. In the morning, he was never the same man until he'd been toilet.
Oh, right.
And Chris Thomas.
I remember Chris Thomas, yeah. Immaculate handwriting.
Oh.
Yeah.
He was a beautiful handwriter. He had a banger, a jumping jack.
Right.
Firework.
Oh, right, yeah.
Here boy. Thrown under the door, Dick's in the toilet. I said, no, I ain't doing that. He said, he's throwing it under the door. What was that up then? So I probably got sent off on the site then to get me out of the way of doing that. It makes me think sometimes when you're on a build a site. We did a big house down Damer. One of the last jobs I'd done when I was with Derry's. I took a bit of batten or something off, a bit of skirting, and behind was, I don't know how many names now, I can't remember.
Oh.
Of chaps that was working there.
Yeah.
They built it, a firm from the Scard.
Yeah.
They'd come down on Monday, Sunday night. They must have slept in there somewhere because they stayed the week. I think it was the 1938 war, wasn't it? 38.
So 39, 45,
39.
Yeah.
And it had all the load of names.
Blimey.
And I often wondered after how many of the chaps that had worked there actually come home.
Yeah.
You know, because I was editor for writing. Oh, there you go again, I'm an editor. For, I forgot what I was going to say now.
Like writing your name, I suppose, where you did work.
What the weather was like, what time of the day.
Oh, yeah.
Jeff Dyke used to give me hell. He said, I just took some stuff off the place we was at years ago. Your writings everywhere.
I can remember Father stripping the wallpaper in Glen Road and I think it would be David Blake, would it? Was it
David
Phil's
Blake,
father?
Phil's
Is it?
father, yeah.
Yeah, he'd written his name on the
Yeah.
on the wall, like.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's surprising.
yeah,
We leave a little message for him in 10 years' time, like, you know.
yeah,
Yeah, Lewis Brown. Then they packed up the partnership. Peter Lorre, Snag.
yeah.
Me and he was took on by Derry's.
All right.
And went down there then. But that was a big firm too.
Yeah.
We was done a big job over the Coliseum for 3 years.
Did he really?
Yeah, all the big acts used to come down there.
Yeah.
It was something.
Yeah.
See what they. I mean, it's different again now. But what all these big pop bands and that, and the luxury they had, they lived in their buses, the stuff about that.
Get away.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bit different to the shipwrecks.
Bit different to the ship. We don't have a decent dressing room now.
Oh, so they had some big jobs in Derry.
Oh, they did.
Yeah.
Schools. Cullen, we done a big school at St Cullen. Marm Church.
Of course, later on in years, Glyn Valley Crematorium.
And Green Valley Crematorium too.
Yeah.
I've done a bit latterly a bit of work out there.
Yeah. You
But,
spent a lot of time out there, but that was with us, wasn't it?
I spent more out there, yeah. The thing was we was there the day that, for several days, it's nearly finished.
Right.
So they had the date for opening it. But the day that it actually went from being a shell of a building to an actual working unit,
Yeah. Yeah.
the difference up to then
Yeah.
was the air, everything about it was different.
Yeah. Yeah. I can imagine.
You know, more respect. And that window attracts a lovely lot of people looking at it, doesn't it?
Fantastic, isn't it? Looking out over.
Looking out there.
Yeah.
When Carl's mother was cremated out there, just as the coffin started moving in,
Yeah.
a rainbow appeared
Oh, yeah.
right over the top of it
Yeah.
in the woods and that.
Beautiful.
Yeah, exactly. Spent a lot of time out there, didn't it?
Yeah, we did that.
Oh, that's not fun. Like Alkin and one of the clerk of the works, a county clerk of the works, school out St Cullen.
Right.
He said, I love working for you, Crow. Derry's voice. He said, it reminds me of when I was an apprentice and what we used to get up to.
Yeah.
You know, of course we had the best of the lot.
Yeah.
Ben Connell.
Oh, Dennis, yeah.
Dear old Dan. He was a character. Huh?
Oh.
Yeah, another big job down Truro where the district council offices used to be.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Up the top of that, we put a roof on top of it. Another floor on top of that building.
Yeah.
That's all gone now, see?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So you travel quite a distance, really.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Marm Church School.
Yeah.
And it was a laugh, really, because we used to meet builders coming the way this way.
Yeah.
And we was going up to it, you know, you think, well,
So how many years did he work for Derry's son?
joined the fire brigade in 76. And that's where I started from, in the fire brigade, from Derry's.
All right.
So, several years.
Yeah.
That's been 30 odd years, I think. There's a big slate out the back
All right.
that they engraved and
Yeah.
presented to me on my retirement dinner.
Yeah.
Party over.
Yeah.
Pretty odd. Fond memories.
Like when you was on call, then was you allowed to leave work to go on a call with the you was?
They
Yeah.
were very good, really. I mean, there was George Bassett, Jeff Dyke, Roy Arnold, myself.
Oh, yeah.
If we was in town, we'd all go. See.
Oh, go. Yeah.
And they was happy enough to do it, let us do it.
So there we go. I hope you enjoyed that, and there'll be more from Ellis next week. I think next week he's going to be talking about, the very famous fire brigade entries in the carnival. They used to do, they still do fantastic floats, and so we'll be talking about that a bit next week. But I did have a few people that they've moved into town in latter years, and they said it might be helpful at the end of a podcast if somebody spoke about something or somewhere and it's changed, they can't picture in their head where it is. And like the cattle market. Ellis lived there, Woodside, I think it was called, where I can remember the Deacon family living there. And that was right opposite the cattle market car park, which is still a car park now. And the cattle market, well, that's now Old Market Court. And I think I've said before, when I was lying in bed in Glen Road on a Monday morning, you'd hear the cows and the sheep in your ears and you knew 'twas market day. And I can remember the fair back then when I was young, going down into the cattle market car park. So that's where that was. The putting green, I think I did mention the putting green. And that's if you're going from the bridge along Egglesale Road, when you got the playing field starting on the right-hand side, where the War Memorial is now, well, when we was young, that was the putting green. And it was a 9-hole course. You can imagine, 'twasn't overly big. And you would go to the shed, the groundsman's shed there, where it still 'tis now, just behind the bowling green. Mr. Dannon, I remember he was there, Stan, and you give him your money and he'd give you a golf ball and a putter. And then you would go and do your round, which we did. Well, that was beginning of the summer holidays. By the end of the summer holidays, we realised we could spend all afternoon there. And so we'd do, holes 1 to 9. And then we'd say, right, we'll tee off from the tee spot for number 1, but we'll try and get it in hole number 7 or something. So you'd spend all afternoon there. And also, I remember seeing photos. If anyone's on the Weybridge Memories page, I'm sure there's photos there of the elephants coming through town. And 'twas lovely to hear Ellis say about that elephant that remembered from a previous time that he'd had a bun and crossed the road. So if you're on that page, you'll be able to see photos of the elephants when they used to come into town. But I say, you've got more to look forward to for next week. I think for me, Cornish word of the week, seeing we've been talking about elephants, I might as well do the Cornish word for elephants, which is olifants. Olifants. And for me, Cornish dialect of the week, I think Ellis was saying how he was described as being a eller. So I thought perhaps that would be me dialect for this week. So if somebody's like a little boy or something's naughty, you can say he's a little eller. So I think that's what that'll be for this week. Right, well, I'm going to leave you there. I'm now looking out. It's dark outside. I can hear the rain coming down on the roof. But I'm now going to head out. I'm going to do 5 miles. I might head up to Werder tonight. I think I've got a little torch thing now to go on my head. But I think that's where I'll be going tonight. But I hope you've enjoyed it. And I'll speak to you again next week. Wish you well. Do Guinness. Curno Bisfican.